are good. Students, today we are going to start the first topic of statistics, that is Introduction to Statistics. So, what is the definition of statistics? Statistics is a branch of mathematics where the collection, presentation, interpretation, and analysis of the data is discussed. What is the collection of data? Let you are required to collect the mathematics marks of your class. So, the mathematics marks of 50 students is represented as data, or if you are required to collect the employee's salary. So, the salaries of all the employees is represented as data. After collecting the data, how do we represent it? Students, we can represent the data by two different ways, frequency distribution and graphical method. What is frequency distribution and how do we represent the data by graphical method? We will learn in the next chapters. But this is known as the frequency distribution, and this is the one example of any graph. After that, students, statistics is divided into two different branches, descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Now, what is descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics is a branch of statistics where the collection, presentation, and analysis of the data is discussed, while in inferential statistics deals the conclusion drawn about the entire population by using a small part of the population. That small part of the population is known as sample. Students, the next topic is the characteristics of statistics. There are few characteristics of statistics. The first one is it only deals numbers. It means the data must be in the quantity form, not the quality form. As you can see here, the crowded road and the black car do not follow the number, so it is not considered as statistics. While the height of mountain and the employee's salary follows the numbers, so they are the perfect example of statistics. The second property of statistics is that a single number is not considered as statistics while it deals aggregate facts. Students, 87 marks in English literature is not considered as statistics. But if the mathematics marks of few students are given, it is considered as statistics because it is counted as data and it can be studied in relation to each other. Now students, there is one task for you. Identify which example is considered as statistics. Weight of Hafsa is 54.5 kg and the weight of Sarah, Hafsa and Anne is 59 kg, 54.5 kg and 69 kg. Another property of a statistic is that it depends on numerous factors. For instance, an electricity bill. An electricity bill depends on many factors. The first one is how much units consumed per month. It also depends on the number of electrical gadgets used, or the cost of a unit is also one of the factors, and so forth. Okay students, now there is one more example for the yield of crop. Students, yield of any crop is also depend on many other factors like the amount of sunlight, rainfall, weeds and pests. Now it is your home task to make a list of many other factors which depend on the yield of crop. The fourth property of statistics is that statistical laws are not 100% accurate. Just because of this restriction, results are reliable on the basis of average. The last characteristic of a statistic is that only an expert can deal the statistical data accurately. An incompetent person may be mislead the data. Okay students, now I am going to explain you some basic definitions of statistics. The first important term is population. What is population? A population is a complete set of observations or any individual, like all the books in the library or all the students in any school. Now we have another examples. What is sample? A sample is a small part from the population, or a sample is selected part from the population. For instance, mathematics books in the library, commerce students in college, or all the students who are wearing glasses. This is the example of sample. What is variable? A variable is a characteristic which vary from person to person, place to place, and time to time. It is denoted by capital X. The example of variable is height of all the students in a class, weight of all the family members, income of workers, temperature of different cities, prices of commodities, and color of car, and so forth. Variables are further classified into quantitative variable and qualitative variable. Okay students, now what is the meaning of qualitative variable? Qualitative variable means it does not express the quantity of variable, or it is a characteristic which describes the quality of variable. For instance, blood group of college students, hair color of different people in a locality, long hair, brown eyes, red umbrella, silver civic, and many more. What is quantitative variable? Quantitative variable is a variable which expresses the quantity of variable. For instance, number of books in the research center, number of people living in the building, number of heavy bikes on the road, and so on. Okay students, now quantitative variable is further classified into discrete variable and continuous variable. Okay students, now what is the meaning of discrete variable? A discrete variable is a variable which consists of a whole number within the given range. For example, number of apartments in a building, number of laboratory in universities, number of working days in a month, and so forth. All these examples must be consist of a whole number. Definitely a number of apartments in any building consists of a whole number like 100, 120, 35, 50, and so on. Same as the number of working days in a month. Working days in a month may be 22, 28, 26, 15, and so on. But what is the meaning of continuous variable? Students, continuous variable is a variable which has a whole number or a decimal value within the given range of the data. For example, weight of student. Weight of student may be 48 kg. That is a whole number. It is also possible that the weight of a student is 55.5 kg, 51.8 kg, and so on. So, continuous variable is a variable which consists of a whole number along with the decimal number, or only a whole number. Another example is time takes to complete a project, and there are many other examples. Finite data. What is finite data? The data which is countable is known as finite data, such as number of books in the exhibition, number of employees in a software company, number of a deodorant in a gift shop, number of students in the college, and so forth. Cars on the road and apartments in the building is also examples of finite data. Now, what is infinite data? Infinite data means the data which is not countable, such as number of hair on your head, number of fishes in a lake, sand particles, and so on. Stars in the sky and sun particles are the examples of infinite data. Students, we can collect the data by two methods. The first one is the primary data and the second one is secondary data. Okay students, now what is primary data? Students, primary data means it is first-hand information. The data may be collected by a person for his research or government or a private organization to conduct the interviews. Sample survey, experiments, questionnaire, or interviews are some basic tools to collect the primary data. Okay, now what is secondary data? Secondary data means it is the second-hand information and the data has already collected by someone or any organization. It means this data is already available. Or in other words, we can say that primary data is considered as secondary data if someone used for any research purpose.